Good morning, everyone. I thought I would take some time and do a little podcast on how ADHD and fantasy sports cohabitate within me. Um, One of the things that I like to do is that if I know I'm going to be listening to a podcast on sports or even specifically fantasy sports, I will take a pen and note paper with me and jot down notes, or if my brother's with me in the car or whatever, I'll be like, hey, can you go write this name down for me? I need to go and remember this person to go and look up later, because if I don't put that pen to paper, I'll be like, oh man, what was that guy that was doing that thing over that thing, and it won't click. So I will go, sometimes even if I know I'm going to listen to a podcast about a specific hockey team, I'll be like, well, I know I've got this, and this players on this team. What do I need to do? Do I need to buy them? Do I need to sell them? Do I need to trade for them? Or even trade them away? So I know I did that recently with an episode of the Keeping Carlson podcast where I heard that one of the hosts had a goalie that he wasn't really interested in. And I'm like, oh, that's good to know. I happen to be in said league with him. Sweet. Okay, well, let me go and look it up. And I go and check out the player's stats, and I'm like, okay, cool. I see why you're down on him. Makes sense. Well, we need a third goalie on my team. I talked to the guy that I'm co-managing that particular dynasty team with, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, let's go for it. See if he's amenable to it. Get in contact with the guy. Let me think about it. Takes about 2 days or so. I kind of check back in. Life gets busy. You forget things. Children come up. Work. Whatever have you. So I check back in, and they're like, you know what? We appreciate the offer, but we're going to decline. But you know what? That was a really good offer. Thank you. So it's like, okay, cool. So I know I'm on the right path. I know what I need to aim for. I got lucky that I heard somebody's insights ahead of time. So I didn't have to go out fishing or looking at people's trade charts. Yes, the hockey regular season just ended, but with the way that my brain works, is like, okay, I've got to find out what the next piece of the puzzle is. So let me go and figure out some stuff. So along that line, I've taken a look at my hockey team for the year. I've got a spreadsheet. It's got salaries and stats and contract years, contract values. I've got salary cap numbers, minor league players, games played. I was even updating NHL level stats on the spreadsheet, just so it's like, okay, what are we looking to gain? So I've got a list of players. Okay, these guys I don't want back. Their contracts are expiring. These guys I don't want back. Do we need to A, cut them, B, trade them? What do we want to do about XYZ? We took on a flyer and they look mid. Do we just want to give up on them? How do I want to handle that? So, like, I'll have a couple different lists that I will cross-reference against each other to see if there is something I need to go and do more research into. Some research begets a lot of research. So, okay, cool. Let's go look at prospects. Okay, let's go see what Bob McKenzie's top 32 are. Let's go see what Logged On NHL Prospects is doing for their top 32 or top 37. Like, these are things where it's like, oh, this is a guy I would like to acquire. How do I want to handle this? Do I want to move in my chips from this year for a guy that won't touch our major league roster for about 5 more years? I mean, if we're lucky, 1 year. Odds are pretty good, at least 2 years, but probably at minimum 4 years, and potentially 6 to 7, depending on the guy. But by the time 6 to 7 years roll around, that's 6 to 7 years worth of drafts in the way, and free agent signings and all kinds of crap. So I would think that I would. I just heard people talking outside my door. So I know that once I think of one thing, I'm going to think of like 10 other things down the line. So it's constantly writing notes with pens and notebook and just doing research on the internet. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 tabs open at the moment for various sports and research items. I've got stuff for fantasy hockey, for fantasy baseball. I've got some notes about the NFL draft that's supposed to start tomorrow night. It's just really. It's a matter of making sure I don't overwhelm myself because the notebooks allow me to focus my research instead of sitting there and being like, okay, well, these are all the players I need to remember. Think. Oh God, I'm not thinking of them. I need to research them. It's just like, okay, let's put a pin in this guy. Let's put a pin in that guy. And then later on, I can go and do research at my leisure when I'm not at work or driving or out and about. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and just get this done. So I just wanted to shoot that off real quick this morning and kind of describe the thought process of how things work. Thank you.